They were never supposed to go that deep into the forest. That was the rule. Stay on the marked trail, stay before sunset, and whatever happens, never follow anything that calls your name from inside the trees. Of course, they broke all three. It started as a normal trip, 4 friends, a weekend escape, no expectations, no fear. Jason was the one who suggested it. Just a quick hike, he said. We'll take photos, camp one night, come back Sunday. Simple, safe. Liam didn't like forests. Feels too quiet, he said. Maya laughed at him. That's the point. Ethan just smiled. He didn't really care where they went. The forest at the edge of Raven Ridge National Reserve looked normal. Tall trees, dense green canopy, birds calling in the distance. Nothing unusual at first. They started walking around 10:17 a.m. The trail was clearly marked, yellow paint on trees, wooden signposts, easy to follow. But after 2 hours, something felt off. The path behind them looked shorter than it should be. The trees looked closer, too close. Jason checked his GPS. No signal, he said. Maya shrugged. Normal in forests, but her voice wasn't as confident anymore. They kept walking and walking. At some point, Ethan noticed something strange. They hadn't passed any landmark in over an hour. No river, no rock formation, nothing. Just trees, all the same. Liam stopped walking. We've been going in circles, he said. Jason shook his head. That's impossible. But deep down, he wasn't sure. Because the forest didn't feel like it was changing. It felt like it was repeating. Same broken branch, same fallen log, same bent tree. Again and again. Maya pulled out her phone. I'm taking photos, she said. She snapped one picture of the path behind them, then another, then another. When she scrolled back, her face went pale. All the photos were identical. Not similar, identical. Same lighting, same position, same shadows, even though she had moved. That's not possible, she whispered. Ethan looked over her shoulder and saw it too. That was the first real feeling of fear. Then the forest went quiet. Not gradually, instantly. Birds stopped, wind stopped, even their footsteps felt muted. Liam looked around nervously. Guys, do you hear that? No, Jason said. That's the problem. Then a sound came from deeper in the forest, a voice, soft, familiar, calling their names. Maya. Maya froze. That's my brother's voice. But her brother wasn't here. He was in another city, hundreds of kilometers away. The voice came again, closer. Maya, come here. Jason stepped forward immediately. Don't listen to it. But Maya was already shaking. I have to check. Ethan grabbed her arm. No, that's how people get lost. The voice stopped. Silence again, but not peaceful silence, waiting silence. Then Liam spoke. What if it's someone actually lost? Jason turned sharply. In the middle of nowhere with his exact voice? No one answered, but the forest did. A branch snapped behind them. All 4 turned. Nothing there. Then another sound from the left. Footsteps, slow, deliberate. Jason raised his hand. Don't move. The footsteps stopped. Everything went still again, too still. Then Ethan whispered, we should go back. Jason nodded immediately. Yes. They turned around and froze. The trail behind them was gone. Not hidden, gone. Just trees, every direction, every path. Liam laughed nervously. That's not funny. But no one laughed back because it wasn't a joke. They were lost, and they hadn't even noticed when it happened. Jason pulled out a compass. It spun wildly. No direction settled. Maya started crying. This doesn't make sense. Ethan looked around slowly. Maybe we just walk straight, any direction. So they did. But the forest resisted them. Not physically, but visually. Every direction looked identical. Every path led back. Every step felt familiar, like they were already here. After hours of walking, they saw something. A tent. Jason stopped. That's ours. It was their campsite, exactly where they left it. But they hadn't gone in a circle. They had gone forward. Maya shook her head. No, we didn't come back. But there it was. Their backpacks, their fire pit, their footprints, everything, exactly as they left it. Liam stepped back slowly. We never left this place. Then the fire pit flickered, but there was no fire, just ashes and something buried inside them. A photo. Jason picked it up. It was them, all four, standing in the forest, but the angle was wrong. Someone else had taken the photo from behind the trees. Maya pointed, trembling. That wasn't taken when we arrived. Ethan looked closer and saw something worse. In the background, behind them, were more figures standing between the trees, watching, not moving. Jason dropped the photo instantly. Nope, we're leaving, now. But when they turned, the forest had changed again. Now, the trees were closer, too close, and the space between them was gone. The forest wasn't a place anymore. It was a wall. Then, the voice returned, all around them, not one direction, every direction. Maya, Jason, Ethan, Liam, all at once. Maya screamed and ran. The others followed, but the forest didn't chase them. It simply rearranged itself. Paths disappeared as they formed. Every step forward became another loop, until they stopped, exhausted, breathing hard, and realized something terrifying. They were back at the camp again. Same fire pit, same bags, same footprints. But now, there were more footprints leading outward, new ones, fresh, as if someone had already left. Jason stared at them. We never had a choice. The forest responded with silence. Then, a final sound. Their names, not calling anymore, confirming, like the forest was recording them, remembering them, and keeping them forever. The next morning, the trail map at Raven Ridge National Reserve was updated. It now showed an unexplored zone. No one was allowed inside. But if you look closely at satellite images, you can still see something moving in the trees. Not people, patterns, repeating, like footsteps that never stop. And sometimes, if you listen carefully enough near the forest edge, you can still hear voices, calling names, waiting for someone else to answer.